So we're going to look at Sound Focus 5 and in our chapter 13 on page 135, page 135, and we will look at how we, first of all, we review a little bit about the basic way, right? The not contrastive, just the normal phrase stress. So, I gave her the money. If I'm a computer, I might say it like that. But normally I would say I gave her the money. I gave her the money. Normally I stress the last content word in the sentence. That's your basic normal stress and intonation. So let's just practice that. I gave her the money.
I gave her the money.
Good. And I want you, while you're doing this, to help yourselves out by using your body and make your body go up on the stressed syllable. All right? Let's go up on the stressed syllable. I gave her the money.
I gave her the money.
Yeah, good. I can see you making your body go up. Push yourself up on the stressed syllable. Good. Mary and John can go. Mary and John can go. Flat intonation. So what's the last content word in that sentence? Go, right? Let's try that. Mary and John can go.
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 The book is on the desk. The book is on the desk. Which is the last content word? Desk. All right, now let's say it this way. The book is on the desk.
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 Did you buy a record? We could say that better, right? Record, that's the last content word. Now, this is an important word because sometimes I hear people say, they go to Voxapop, which is your homework, right, where you're supposed to record your voice, and I hear some people say, hello, my name is blah, 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 today's date is da, 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 I'm going to record, and I go, my ears hurt. Why? Because record is a noun. If you're going to do it, you're going to do something. That's a verb. And you say record, record, record. Let's just practice this word. If it's a verb, we say record.
Record.
Now show me with your body. Record.
Record.
Record. I'm going to record the story.
I'm going to record the story.
Very nice. Okay. And then we call that a recording. Let me listen to the recording. I'm going to listen to the recording. That's based on the verb. Now, this one is different. We're saying, did you buy a record? Did you buy a record? Or at the Olympics, who broke the world record? Right? And also, if you're an accountant, then you put things down and make a record of your expenses and your losses and profits and losses, right? So you make a record, which can be written, or it can be spoken, or it can be on a digital form, or in lots of different ways that you can make a record. You record your notes, and you have a record. So, let's ask the question here. Did you buy a record?
Did you buy a record?
Okay, so notice that when I say record, my mouth is open for the second syllable. Watch. Weak. Cord. Record. That's the verb. Record. Right? Let me hear you say it. Record.
Record.
Now, when I say the noun, I don't say that way. I say record. So notice the second syllable. It's not or, it becomes er. Do you see the difference? Record. 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 Did you buy a record? Did you buy a record?
Did you buy a record? Record?
Record. Changes to from or in the verb record. It changes to record. Record. Or changes to the same as in supper and instructor and professor. The letter O-R-E-R ending just changes to Okay, record. 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 Did you buy a record? All right, let's try next one. Number 5. Did you see them in the office? What is the content word at the end? The last content word.
Office.
Office. Right. So open your mouth for aw and go up on that. And then it's a yes, no question again, like the number 4, and we're going to rise on that word. Did you see them in the office?
Did you see them in the office?
Everybody, I want to see you using your body. Did you see them in the office?
Did you see them in the office?
Good. I see some of you rising on the stress syllable and some of you are just going like this. But I want you to use your body to help you know what to do with the stress syllable. Now, let's go on to part B, which is now showing the difference between normal stress and contrastive stress. So normally we say, I gave her the money. Okay, what did you just do? I just gave her the money. Okay, but when we want to make a different, we have 2 things that we're trying to point out. Then we have to contrast those things. I gave her the money. You didn't give it to her. So notice I want you to rise on the contrasted words because your voice must go up. Now this is true in English. Maybe your language does it in a different way. Some languages make the contrast in their grammar, in the syntax. They change the words around instead of what English does. So English, we can keep the same grammar, but we change our stress and intonation like this. I gave her the money. You didn't give it to her. Try it.
I gave her money.
You didn't give it to her. Okay, now let's try this. I gave her the money. I didn't give it to him.
I gave her the money. I didn't give it to him.
Yeah, that's good. Use your body to help you think about, to conceptualize, and to physically activate the stress and intonation as a song. You know, it's a different melody of it, all right? Now, I gave her the money. I didn't lend it to her.
I gave her money. I didn't lend it to her. Lend it to her.
Okay, very nice stress and intonation. Now, I also want to remind you of the letter H in the word her and him and he. What do you remember? What do we do in spoken English? If it's not being contrasted, if it's not being emphasized for any reason, what do we do with the H? The H.
Skip it.
Skip it. Omit it. Right? And when we omit it, we have to link it to the previous word. Okay. So if you want to say, I didn't lend it to her. Didn't lend it to her. Right? I gave her the money. I didn't lend it to her. Try it again.
I gave her money. I lent it to her.
Much better. Very nice. Now, if you're stressing it for contrast, can you omit the H or must you pronounce the H? Must pronounce it. You can say, I gave her the money. I didn't give it to him, right? You cannot say, I gave her the money. Not good, right? You have to pronounce it if you're going to contrast it. You're emphasizing it, right? I gave her the money. I didn't give it to him. In that case, you must pronounce the H. Are you with me? Okay. Number 2 is Mary and John can go. That's the normal stress. But when we want to try to talk about it in reported speech, he didn't say Mary and John could go. He said they couldn't go. So we're stressing could and couldn't, right? So go up on those words. Let's try it together. He didn't say Mary and John could go. He said they couldn't go. Now, some of you think both of them can go. But that's a mistake. He didn't say Mary and John could go. He said Mary or John could go. Just one. We have a ticket for only one person, the $100 ticket. We can't give them $200. We only have a $100 ticket. Who's going to go? Either John or Mary. He didn't say Mary and John could go. He said Mary or John could go. Right.
He didn't say Mary and John could go. Mary and John could go.
All right, so going up on the stress syllable with your body will be a good way to help feel that stress and intonation pattern. Now, sometimes we don't say it, but exactly what we imply it with our words or our behavior. He didn't say Mary and John could go. He implied they could go.
He didn't say Mary and John could go. He implied they could go.
Very nice. Use your body. That's helping you out, right? Number 3, the normal stress is the book is on the desk. Now, maybe somebody, your roommate, your husband, your kid is telling you, no, it's not. Where's the book? It isn't on the desk. And you say, the book is on the desk. Oh, no, sorry. That was a different one. That's the second one. I'm getting mixed up with the second one. All right, so the first one is about the placement, the preposition. So the book is on the desk. It isn't in the desk. So in the desk would mean inside a drawer in the desk. But on the desk would mean on top of it. Now, some languages have 2 words like we do in and on. In Spanish, we don't. We only have en la mesa, which is a big problem for Spanish speakers because in English we distinguish whether it is on or in. All right, so we have to pronounce these carefully. And here, you might not understand if you're not used to hearing the difference between in and on, and you might be mistaken. You might have some confusion, and somebody might say, the book is on the desk. It isn't in the desk. Let's try that.
The book is on the desk. It isn't in the desk. It isn't in the desk.
Okay, good. Now the second one is the one where you're contesting somebody else's idea. And you're saying, yes, I know for sure the book is on the desk because I put it there just a minute ago. Now you're contrasting the verb, the state of being there, the book is on the desk, and the action because you know you put it there. All right? So normally we don't pronounce is with such stress. We normally say the book is on the desk, and we usually even abbreviate it or contract it by saying the book's on the desk. But here we have to pronounce it clear and high. The book is on the desk. I put it there just a minute ago. Let's try that.
The book is on the desk. I put it there just a minute ago.
Okay. In number 4, did you buy a record? Now, let's contrast buy and borrow, right? Did you buy a record or borrow one?
Buy a record or borrow one?
Good. Now, usually, it's easier to do a contrast between verbs or between 2 verbs or two nouns because those are content words, and we normally stress those kinds of words. But where it's harder for you is when we stress words that are not normally stressed. We stress function words for emphatic reason or to contrast them. So normally we don't say the word you loudly and clearly. We usually say get, or we even make it did ya. We reduce it and make the sound change. But here, did you buy a record or did someone else buy one?
Did you buy a record or did someone else buy one?
Good. Okay, now let's say someone else with the linking there. Did you buy a record or did someone else buy one?
Did you buy a record or did someone else buy one?
Okay, so now we'll go to the difference between a and a. A is the normal way we pronounce this article, but sometimes when we want to mean one, only one individual, then we'll pronounce it like the letter A-B-C-A. All right, so I went to the store, went to the record store and I bought a record. And then I see you carrying a big bag and I'm thinking, did you buy a record or some records?
Did you buy a record or some records?
Right. Okay, good. Normal phrase test we say, did you see them in the office? But maybe we want to make a contrast between who saw them. Now, did you see them in the office? Or did she see them there?
You see them in the office, or did she see them? Did you see them in the office, or she see them there?
Very nice. Very, very nice. Now, let's compare or contrast the object. Did you see them in the office? Or did you see us there?
Did you see them in the office? Or did you see us there? Did you see us?
Very nice. Now, the placement preposition. Did you see them in the office or outside the office? Outside.
Outside.
2.
Outside.
Did you see them in the office or outside the office?
Did you see them in the office or outside the office?
Good. Now, Keiko, listen. The office. The office. What can you do to make that sound better?
The office.
Yes! Say it again. Say it again.
The office.
Very good. All right. You can contrast inside and outside. Did you see them inside the office or outside the office? In that case, you can stress the first syllable of both words. Let's try that.
Did you see inside the office, outside the office?
Good. Okay.